1 month from now, Prince William will step foot in Israel for the first time. It'll be the first ever official visit to Israel by any senior member of Great Britain's royal family. Kensington Palace confirmed the news, released part of the itinerary. The prince will hold meetings in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. He'll also be visiting Jordan and the West Bank on this trip. William's father, Prince Charles, was in Israel 2 years ago for the funeral of former Israeli President Shimon Peres, also for Prime Minister Rabin's funeral back in '95. Those, though, were considered private trips. Joining me now is Jonathan Sashardali, live from London. Jonathan, explain to us why that designation is so important and that this is an official visit.
So as you said, Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, has, of course, been to Israel before, as have some other members of the royal family, but they weren't on what they call official visits. Now, when I spoke to Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, they were adamant that this isn't the first official visit of a royal. However, it is, to all intents and purposes, the most senior royal ever to make an official visit. Prince Charles, in that instance, was going to attend a funeral, but not necessarily to make an official visit. So there is a distinction between the two, which is symbolic, really, and that shows perhaps that the Foreign Office in Great Britain and the royal family, who really follow the instructions of the government and the Foreign Office, want to show perhaps a strengthened relationship with Israel in this 70th anniversary year of its independence.
Jonathan, so if this is an official visit, who will accompany Prince William if he tours the old city of Jerusalem, if he goes to the Christian holy sites as expected? Would he be recognizing Israeli sovereignty if this is an official visit?
Almost certainly not. He's not under the influence, perhaps, of President Donald Trump of the US. And Britain is being very careful not to tread on any toes in terms of recognition of Jerusalem as a capital city. Britain's not moving its embassy, for example. That's why this visit is being combined with a visit to Jordan, as well as the disputed territories, so that the prince is able to tick off 3 boxes, let's say, in the Middle East, all in one trip, and show some level of balance. And remember that this is very important also for the Palestinians. It's the first member of the royal family to make a visit to those Palestinian territories, which is almost even bigger than what Israel's experiencing because of those previous unofficial visits having taken place to Israel.
Jonathan, very quickly here, the fact that he will likely meet with Netanyahu and Abbas, is that a symbolic gesture? Does the prince want to get involved in the peace process?
Almost certainly not. The royal family doesn't really get involved in politics, specifically not the politics of other countries in that way. He is really a symbolic figurehead, and to that end, this is an important sign, but it's only symbolic. It might mean that Britain is willing to strengthen its ties with Israel, especially as it comes up to leaving the European Union, when it will be looking for strong trade partners around the world, especially outside Europe.